Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. As I said, the word targeted individual, New York Predator Department, using their sirens again. Whoop, very, very low. So this morning I woke up a little early. I went to bed around 2. So woke up a little early, around 10 o'clock. Went to brush my teeth. And I talk about when I brush my teeth. I just changed my toothbrush. I had another toothbrush. I think I did a video on it about how whenever I hold my toothbrush a certain way, that we use the sirens. This time, whenever I'm brushing my teeth and I'm going to rinse my mouth, I put water in my hands. And as soon as I put the water in my mouth to rinse it out, they use the sirens. Whoop. So I had coffee and I had a waffle, for breakfast, and went back a few minutes later to brush my teeth again, because coffee leaves, stain on your teeth. So went back to brush my teeth again, did the same thing, put water in my hands, put it in my mouth. As soon as I put the water in my mouth, they started using the sirens. And they just use the sirens again as soon as I said the word water. Okay. Then I was watching some shorts on Facebook and also on YouTube, and they started doing the loud bang, the gunshot simulation again, which they do from time to time. And I've shown you guys this, particularly how they use fireworks, to kind of do a gunshot simulation, and then there are times when they will actually use real gunshots, right, to try to intimidate me and to scare me. But anyhow, so I'm sitting here still. They have me on the heavy remote neural monitoring. Went to use the bathroom, like I said, and they were constantly using their sirens. Sometimes whenever I walk into the bathroom, they will immediately use their sirens. Okay, and as I said, the word sometimes they use the sirens again. Okay, now there are certain words, like I said, that when I say certain words, particularly it's the beginning letters for each word. S-T, S&T, the word V, the word W, any word that starts with the letter V, W, T, M, a few other words, right? Like, for example, whenever I say the word me or mine, when I talk about how particularly issues dealing with black people, so whenever the word savior, they use the sirens. There are times I'm watching, documents about religion, and whenever the name Moses, they'll use the sirens. All these things, right? But again, we know what Quanta Pro was about. Okay, and again, Quanta Pro, it's still being the program has advanced to where it is Quanta Pro, just Zoom, which is the decomposition of a person within the society and the decomposition of their psychology, their mind, right, and their status within the society, as well as technology, radio wave, microwave frequency weapons, as well as using, like I said, your, using anything that's electronics that they can embed a signal, or they can manipulate, that they can hack, right? It's all part of cognitive warfare and neurocognitive warfare, which is the illegal microchipping of individuals, right? Of target individuals. But again, I want to have to keep reminding you guys, all right, about these technologies and what they can do, all right? So here's a declassified document. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Let me move this here. All right, so again, this is released in 2000. Or was it 2000? And yeah, 2000, all right? And various unclassified material. Now, again, I talk about this because I always remember this part right here. Okay, always remember this. What they're talking about here is radio wave, microwave, pulse modulated frequency that are weaponized. Weaponized in terms that when you are hit with these radio frequency weapons that are pulse modulated at a certain frequency, they're able to embed certain messages and transmit it to the human mind. Now, you don't hear another person's voice, but you are hearing your own inner voice telling you things. Okay. Now, I always talk about this, right? Now, listen. it would be tempting to turn psychological weapons against one's own people and make millions of them forget about discontent with the system of social inequalities, about the struggle for peace, and about their civil rights. Oppressed but joyful, fleeced by monopolies but content with everything. Wouldn't this be the ideal citizen from the point of view of the ruling circles in countries of the West? Okay? Always remember this. So again, go and look, research this stuff. Dr. Alan Frey, who was is it Alan Frey, Dr. Alan Miller, who was a scientist for the U.S. government. All right, and he had a website, and again, they started attacking his website. Now, any reference to any in-depth reference to silent sound spectrum had been removed from his website. So whenever I go on there, I have to go through this thing where I guess it's for his security for his website, and the section on silent sound spectrum has been removed. Okay, now many people again don't want to believe these things, right? They don't, even though we know, again, 1968, the Russians were microwaving the U.S. Embassy, right? The State Department, CIA found out. They didn't ask the Russians to stop. They let it happen. And some of the State Department workers, diplomats, were diagnosed later on with cancer, sterilization, a whole host of other physical illness, but also diagnosed with mental illness as well. All right, so I want you guys to understand this. Like I said, no matter what they're telling the people about, particularly STIs, whatever narrative they're running against us, it is because they're trying to cover themselves. And they will manipulate us. They will manipulate you as a TI. They manipulate the people around you in order to not be held responsible or be accountable for the crimes that they've committed against us. All right. And I talk about the New York Predator Department, again, which has been using weapons under the guise of public safety, but they are weapons, right? Under the guise of public safety, violating our privacy, violating our rights. And this is just an example, okay, of how these things are happening. We as TIs, this is why I speak out. This is why I'll continue to speak out no matter what they do, no matter how they try to manipulate me, because ultimately I know their goal, all right? It is to get rid of us as TIs because we are the evidence, and they will manipulate us using these technologies. And just because we know about these technologies, that does not mean that they can manipulate us. It may be harder for them, but what they will do is put you in a situation and create situations where it is more likely that you will make a mistake, and then they will try to use that against you in order to silence you. Okay? And because I'm exposing it, like I said, I was reading about Angie Stone. Well, she was an R&B singer, just like Michael Jackson, just like Prince, right? All involved in lawsuits, all involved in, the fact that, I think Prince, he owned all of his masters, right? And they were trying to get his masters. So they killed him. And they make it look like, again, they always make things look like, some accident or some thing was happening. And they're very good at that. They're very good at that. So I hope Angie Stone, her family, do a full autopsy, toxicology, all of that stuff. Because how is it that this van that she's in, right, flipped over before getting hit by a truck? So how did the van flip over? See, there's no details about that. Didn't get hit by a truck, and she's the only one that died. She's the only one that died. All right, a van full of 7 people, and she's the only one that died. All right, and like I said, she was engaging in a lawsuit against the record companies because they stole tens of millions of dollars from her. Okay, and so again, we see these things played out, but because we don't understand what's going on, we don't know about these technologies, we don't know about the covert warfare that have been engaged against us as black people. That we just think everything, we just follow their narrative, right? This is what they say, so we believe it. Like I said, when we don't have the institutions, we don't have the businesses to counter what it is that they're doing, we're at their mercy. We are at their mercy. Okay. All right. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.